So here in the office today, we have an interesting device. This is a follow-up to a Chromebook that Acer kind of put out very quietly, and it's the Acer Chromebook Plus 514, and it's just the new version of that device. And if you're not familiar with it, it showed up just kind of quietly in the background at Costco, but it came with 0.5 terabyte of storage and some other decent specs that made it a pretty good device when we went to unbox and review that one. Well, this is just a follow-up to that device with some updated specs and hopefully maybe some updated things like screen and keyboard and all that kind of stuff. We won't know until we get in the box, so let's do it. But before we hop in the box, I'm not sure if you can tell or not, but we're in yet another new studio. But the cool part is this one's actually here to stay. So over the last 3 months, we've been in four different studios, and it's been interesting. I don't know if most of you all follow along, but we've opened a brand new brick and mortar business called Proof Golf. It's a golf simulator business, has nothing to do with Chromebooks. But because of that move and some things that changed at the office that we were at, the office space stopped renting at that place. We were just in flux for a long time, filming at Joe's house, filming in the storeroom of a small gift shop downtown. Obviously, in that 3-month span, we finished up a couple of videos in our old office space. And so we've just kind of been bouncing around for a long time, and we're super excited to finally be in this space where we can kind of call it home again. We're not constantly wondering when we wake up on a Monday morning, where are we going to film this week, or how's that going to work, or how are we going to make it work this week? It's nice to be in this space, and so we want to show some of this stuff off behind the scenes, and we're going to do that. Actually, we're going to do a little bit of a video and show off this new space that we're in, this new place that we are in, and we're going to show that off in our Chromebook Plus community. And so if you don't know what that is, that's a spot where people get together and discuss Google products and all sorts of things, Chromebooks, Android phones, all that kind of stuff. But also, they also get ad-free access to our website and all these perks like AMAs with the Chrome OS team and access to Joe and myself. And it's a great place to be, a great place to hang out. You get obviously access to videos like what we're talking about here, and it's $2 a month. And so we'd love for you to check that out. If any of that sounds of any interest to you, just head over to chromeunbox.com/join, and you can learn more about that and get started. But now, let's get in this box. As I said in the open, this isn't like some wildly unique device unless there's something about it that I'm not privy to. But it's an update to an existing device that I really liked. It was one of those I don't say original. They've done quite a few different Chromebook 514s, and then they had the Chromebook Plus 514. So the initial Chromebook Plus movement, it was a AMD powered device at that first event we went to. I didn't love it. But then they released another 514 after that went back to a 16:9 screen. And so I was like, the AMD had a 16:10, 14-inch touchscreen, and this kind of dumbed it down to a 16:9 screen. I believe this one gets back to 16:10. I'm not sure if it's touch. We're going to find out here in a second. But it updates to the new Intel. I'm going to get on the side of the box so I'll tell you exactly. Oh, there's a sticker over it. It is I'll pull up the diagnostics to make sure once I get into the device here. It's the latest version of the i3. There was an N305. I think this is the N355, I think. But the same 8 gigs of RAM this time around, which is obviously dictated by Chromebook Plus there on the lid. But the 8 gigs of RAM, and then the wild 512 gigs of storage. So 0.5 terabyte of storage here, which is pretty wild in an affordable device. This is listed for $399 on Acer's website. From what I can tell, still at this point, it's not showing up at like Costco or Sam's or Walmart, but it definitely will at some point here in the future. So this is just an iteration on a device, again, that we got in and I was like, this is weird that this thing has 0.5 terabyte of storage. And I used it and kind of liked it, actually. So let's take a look around the outside here. Obviously, yeah, we're dealing with all plastic, I think. I don't know, that's kind of cool. I seriously doubt. Pretty sure it's plastic. We got our fan ports down here. This is pretty standard Acer fare here. Around the side, we've got a USB Type A, USB Type C, Kensington lock, headphone, microphone jack. Come around the side, full-size HDMI port. Awesome there. USB-A, USB Type-C. So lots of port selection. Love to see that 100%. I'd say probably in the 3-ish pound range here. So 14-inch device, not crazy thick, not crazy thin. Just a good old standard laptop feel, nice and firm with it all closed up. So I like what I'm seeing on the outside thus far. All right, so actually let me check the charger out. You never know. Sometimes there's a little surprise. Oh, there's a surprise. This is one of those weird charger boxes that you can like flip into a laptop stand. I don't know anybody that's ever done it. They've only done this before on their like the more recycled Vero devices. So I don't like doing this on camera. Okay, that worked pretty easy. Boom. Yeah. Laptop stand. Anyway, yeah, very standard charger, 2-piece. Nothing to see there. So let's crack this bad boy open. That's an inset screen, which usually means not touch, but it does mean it's anti-glare. It could be touch. I'm not saying it's not. We've got a camera shade up top. I love seeing that. Let's see. Did we have backlight? Yep, backlighting on the keys. Let me turn it up so you can maybe see it. And with that, can you see it there, Joe? Okay. Yeah, so cool key backlighting. Ocean glass trackpad, which again, like Acer has been doing this with their medium to high range Chromebooks for a while. Ocean glass is the trackpad. It's huge. And then they just make sure it's set right. I guess maybe they heard my complaints over so many years that, you know, I was just sick and tired of trackpads wobbling where they're supposed to be. This thing's in here really nice. Quiet, thuddy click mechanism. Love that. Keys feel good on first blush. You have upward firing speakers as well. I love to see that. We'll obviously test those here in just a second. And then we'll figure out the brightness on the screen as closely as I can. But yeah, Chromebook Plus, and you're getting all the basics here. Again, $399 is what Acer has it listed for. Good chance it shows up at Costco, Walmart, something like that for $350. That was the winning formula with this.
The screen reader on Chrome OS Chromebox is primarily used.
It is touchscreen. That's awesome. But that was the winning formula with this device the first time around, is that it came packing such a large internal storage, and then got the rest of the stuff pretty much right. And it was like $350. And so if this one's $400, $350, obviously we're gonna have to test this one. I don't think we reviewed that first one because it was just kind of straightforward. It's like, here's this device. Like, it's got all the pieces you need to make a good Chromebook. This is the first device with the Core 3, Core, how do they go? So Core 3, no, it's not. It's just Core, no. I don't know what the actual naming of this is. It says Core 3 on here, but I think it's 355. And so it's the first device with that chip in it that we've used. So I will definitely do an actual review on this, even if it's a quick one, just to talk about that chip, because we have not had it, or there's newer versions of the smaller core chips in that line as well. So I'm really interested to see how they do from a performance standpoint. But let me get this thing set up like we always do. So give me a chance to type, use the trackpad a little bit, and see the brightness of the screen, yada, yada, yada. And I'll come back and kind of let you know what this thing looks like. All right, so we are back, logged in, and after spending just a few minutes with this device, the one thing I can say about it is it's not going to blow your mind in any facet, but just like its predecessor, it just gets a lot of the stuff right that you want to see in a device. And by the way, it's the Core 3 N355. So I was going back and forth between 305 and 355. I was right on that part. For some reason, my brain was just not working with the Core 3N thing. So anyway, Core 3 N355, 8 gigs of RAM, 512 gigs of storage, and Wi-Fi 7 in this guy. So the update to the chip gives you the update to Wi-Fi 7, which is really cool. So if you have a Wi-Fi 7 router, you can take advantage of some of those benefits from Wi-Fi 7. We've got a 1080p camera up top. Let me make sure and turn this screen brightness down just a bit. And so this time around, I'm pretty sure the predecessor had the 16:9 screen that I mentioned earlier. Did everything else better, I felt like, but it had a 16:9 screen. So now we've got an anti-glare 16:10, 14-inch 1080p touchscreen, 300 nits. It looks great. The colors are punchy. I really enjoy the display here. It's really clicky keys. They've got a quiet but nice tactile feel. So excellent on the keyboard, and adding backlighting. I don't think the one before had backlighting. I could be wrong on that. But yeah, the trackpad feels great. Like the inputs on this thing just feel really, really top notch. I'll say the speakers on it, I'll play you something real quick. They're fine. We're talking, you know, pretty standard standard fare when it comes to Chromebooks. Let me pull up this clip. It's going to play an ad, so let that go past. But yeah, I mean, they're upward firing. So sometimes, I don't know, I see upward firing keys and I think like, oh man, this could be just fantastic. These aren't that, but let me give you a little bit of spoken word here.
After just a few hours of use. Now, seeing it back at the Chromebook Showcase in New York back in June was just a small taste of what makes this
They're
device
clearly
so special.
geared towards
And
spoken
like many
word.
others that were there, I wasn't 100% sold on its
So
awesomeness
they kind
right away.
of have this sound to them.
New reality that has no issue whatsoever in saying that this is my favorite
Here's some music.
Chromebook ever made.
So no real low end there, which is not, at this price point, that's not surprising. I always hope to be like stunned by a set of upward firing speakers. Like, oh my God, I didn't expect it. Like, those sound great. These don't really. And the same can be said of the camera. It's 1080p because, you know, Chromebooks, Chromebook Pluses have to have the 1080p camera, but it's almost like it's a little out of focus, which is super weird. I mean, it's fine. It may just be the image is that soft, but usually under this light, we get a pretty good look. The dynamic range is really good. Like the colors of it and stuff look really good. I'll point it over here at Joe. You can see, I mean, it is dark over there. This is a bigger room than we used to be in. So the light is not over there at all. You're picking up, at least you can see Joe. I mean, it's seeing him better kind of than I am. It's just a little soft, the image is, for 1080p. So it's whatever. On a video call and stuff like that, it's going to look fine. It does have the privacy shade up top, as I mentioned before, so I do love seeing that on Chromebooks. But that's not really where this Chromebook shines. Where it shines is the processor, the RAM, the storage, the screen, the keyboard, the trackpad, the things that honestly, at the end of the day, the stuff that you spend the most time with, and the port selection. I mean, you got USB-Cs on both sides, USB-As on both sides, Wi-Fi 7, you got a full-size HDMI port. Like, you're going to be able to hook up to the stuff that you need to hook up to pretty easily, and, you know, use a set of headphones to negate the speakers. And honestly, who is using a Chromebook camera for anything other than video calls anyway? So overall, I think this is a very worthy update. It's iterative, obviously. Acer didn't go try to, you know, break the mold here and do something crazy different. But I think this new 514, Chromebook Plus 514, is a device that once it starts showing up places, because right now on Acer's website, when you go to even the place where you could buy it from them, it just says Explore and takes you to a page about it. Once it becomes available for purchase, I think this is going to be a device that is a good fit for a lot of people because it's got a reasonable price point and it gets the main stuff: the screen, the keyboard, the trackpad, the speed. This N355, I got a 68,000 on Octane, if that means anything to you. It means it's plenty fast. Lots of RAM, lots of storage, obviously 0.5 terabyte, plenty of ports. So like the core things about the Chromebook Plus experience, this thing gets right. And $399 to start. I mean, that's before any sales. That's before any, you know, possible markdowns for a retailer that buys in bulk and sells it cheaper. I mean, I think this is a winning formula for a device that's been just kind of quietly announced and just kind of showed up out of nowhere. But I think it could be a good fit for a lot of you. And the moment it goes on sale, obviously, we'll cover that on the website. But for this video, that's it for this one. If you enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up. Head down there, hit that subscribe button, and be sure to ring the notification icon as well if you'd like to be alerted when we make future videos just like this one. Until next time, we'll see you.